We're glad to have you with us on this Monday. I'm Tim McGonigal. We begin with the latest on COVID-19 in Montana. The state has added several new cases of coronavirus over the weekend and 5 today. 2 cases were announced in Gallatin County, 1 in Yellowstone, and 2 in Bighorn County. There are now 519 confirmed cases. 41 of those are currently active. 2 people are being hospitalized for COVID-19, and 461 people have fully recovered from the virus. And over the past week, 40 new cases of COVID-19 have been identified in Montana. Of those cases, 22 were in Bighorn County, and now 23rd, and 12 were in Yellowstone County. Governor Bullock addressed members of the media today on 2 separate cluster cases of COVID-19 that were recently found, again in Bighorn and Yellowstone counties. The Yellowstone cluster has been linked to the Yellowstone County Jail. Both cluster cases are still under investigation, but the state has been able to link all of the cases to an origin. Community spread, where an origin cannot be determined, has yet to be documented in the state. Bullock said at this time he's not considering going back to phase 1 for the state, but noted local county officials can increase restrictions if they feel it is necessary.
I want to underscore that for every positive case we have right now in Montana, there's not one case in Montana where we haven't been able to identify exactly where that positive transmission came from.
State Medical Officer Dr. Greg Holtzman says the state is actively looking at ways to limit any spread from tourists. But fortunately, tourists that come to Montana tend to spend the majority of their time outdoors or in their own family units. Well, phase 2 of reopening the state begins today, and that means the 2-week quarantine period for out-of-staters is no longer in effect. Gatherings can be up to 50 people. Restaurants can operate at 75%. Bowling alleys can reopen, as well as playgrounds and parks. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian has a look at what phase 2 means for Helena parks.
For the first time since March, Helena's city playgrounds were open and welcoming kids Monday. Catherine Scott brought her kids, Joan and Milo, to the playground at Pioneer Park after seeing the caution tape around the facilities was gone.
Last week, we drove past one other park she wanted to play at. She was very sad that the tape was still up and we still weren't allowed.
Elena Kronick was babysitting Lucy and Earl Gustin and brought them to the Memorial Park playground.
Pretty much the second I mentioned a park, they wouldn't stop asking about it.
City leaders say once Montana entered phase 2, they determined playgrounds could reopen under state and local health guidelines.
We know that people are very interested in using playgrounds and playground equipment, and we've heard from residents and the public that they really want to see playground equipment open again, and so we're happy to be able to do that. We do just want to emphasize caution.
The city is looking at ways to step up cleaning and sanitizing of the equipment, but for now they're asking people to keep being careful.
We want to make sure that everyone understands that these are shared surfaces, that they are not necessarily disinfected or sanitized after each use, and that people should exercise the appropriate caution.
Phase 2 also means the state is allowing gatherings of up to 50 people. City leaders say that means they'll consider giving permits for some events in public parks, if the plans meet health requirements. Those in the playgrounds Monday said they're taking some extra precautions, but they felt comfortable returning. Most of all, they were happy to have another place to get outside and play.
Especially this one, because she literally climbs the walls in the house.
In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
As businesses across the state enter phase 2 today, Montanans asking what changes to expect. According to Governor Bullock, phase 2 allows for public gatherings to increase again from 10 to 50, increased capacities for bars, restaurants, breweries, and casinos, the reopening of bowling alleys. Although the governor's directive allows for more lenient restrictions, many bars and restaurants will continue to operate as they have during phase 1 due to limited space to seat more people while social distancing. The staff at Tracy's Family Restaurant in Great Falls said more seating, the addition of an outdoor patio, and the addition of wine and beer to their menu are about the only changes customers can expect during phase 2.
Phase 2 is pretty similar. As far as to our side, we've continuously always used the FDA standards of operation for food safety, which has no impact with the coronavirus. Since we've already been to the top tier, there is no difference on our side with that. As far as safety and sanitation, we are already at the top of our game across the board.
Tracy's plans to have their outdoor seating and cabaret license ready for the public within 2 weeks. Although protocols might not be changing much as we transition to phase 2, employees within the bar and restaurant industry say customer conduct does need to change. That includes respecting rules and regulations, staying seated at bars and restaurants, and avoiding touching multiple areas to avoid spreading germs. The Halftime Sports Bar and Casino in Great Falls, general manager there, Robin Roberts, stressed how hard employees in these industries are working during this time to help meet their customers' needs. And she asked that they practice the following guidelines when dining out.
Let the people that are working let you know what you have to do. You can't expect to come in and sit at any table when you walk in the door, because we have to put signs on them so that nobody sits on them in case we can't get to them to be cleaned off. And that's basically been our biggest challenge, is people coming in and not understanding that they cannot sit at a dirty table. It has to be cleaned before we can allow anybody to sit there.
Roberts encourages restaurant and bar goers to be respectful and understanding of the owners trying to adapt to the phases and social distancing rules by complying with them when asked. Well, for the second week, Helena Food Share is working with the Montana Food Bank Network and the USDA to distribute boxes of fresh produce from regional farmers and ranchers. People can pick up their boxes at the Lewis Street Pantry tomorrow from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. There are no eligibility requirements and no application is needed. The boxes contain potatoes, apples, pre-cooked buffet ham, milk, butter, and more. Food Share Executive Director Bruce Day says the program is a win-win for people in need as well as ag producers.
Making sure that that food's no longer going, into the dump, that it's not being wasted. And at the same time, it's helping people throughout the country, but in our community who could use help with food assistance. So it's great to be able to have this resource for people in our community and make sure it gets used well.
Since March, Helena Food Share has seen an increase in families needing food assistance. MTN and the Scripps Howard Foundation are donating $12,000 to Helena Food Share and challenge the community to match our donation. Together, we can help make sure all of our neighbors have a meal on their table throughout this crisis. Well, today, the Montana University system released a comprehensive set of guidelines to support schools as they plan for a safe return to campus this fall. It comes as Great Falls College MSU announced their plans for the fall semester. MTN's Matt Holzaffel has the latest on that decision.
Great Falls College MSU finally has a start date for their fall semester, August 17th, 1 week earlier than originally expected. The semester will be split up into 2 8-week blocks, the first ending on October 7th, the second November 25th. This means that all online finals, projects, and assignments must be submitted by December 4th.
We didn't want to back up any further, start any earlier in August because our students work. They're waiting for the school system to start. We had all kinds of factors that we had to pay attention to.
Faculty members do not expect the lost week of preparation to impact their fall classes.
Nothing different. The schedule's moved up a little bit, but not a big deal. Work out my syllabus and change the dates on it for the new schedule.
Montana University System Commissioner of Higher Education Clayton Christian encouraged all schools in the system to end fall semester by November 25th.
I think it's a great idea because we're going to get back earlier, get going, but we're able to stop before Thanksgiving, so we don't have to worry about travel for the holidays, things like that. People can relax.
It works pretty good. Like I say, it's not starting too much earlier, but not starting too late. I think that's something that's very manageable.
As for what the fall will look like when it comes to masks and social distancing, Dr. Wolf expects to have an answer soon.
The Office of the Commissioner of Higher Ed just released their information this morning about what, the broad guidelines that they want all the campuses to use. And our task force will be working on that. They're hoping to have information, by mid-June about what we're going to do for the rest of the summer and going into fall.
In Great Falls, Matt Holzaffel, MTN News.
In other news, one man is dead following a weekend crash in the mountains east of Canyon Ferry Reservoir. According to Broadwater County Sheriff Wynn Meehan, 59-year-old David Weston of Clancy died when his 1980 Chevy Blazer drifted off the side of Magpie Gulch Road. The SUV rolled once and hit a tree. Meehan says Weston was not wearing a seatbelt. Authorities learned of the crash just before 3 Saturday afternoon when a group traveling up the road saw a dog and got out to investigate. They called 911 when they found Weston's vehicle. An autopsy determined the cause of death was trauma, and investigators are awaiting the results of a toxicology test. Well, showers and thunderstorms are impacting Montanans this afternoon. Our Storm Tracker weather team is here to tell us more. So let's send it on over to the Weather Center. Grant Garland joins us now. Hi, Grant.
All right. Hey, Tim. Hope you've had a great weekend as well as you all, and having a great start to your work week. We are looking at plenty of showers, mainly impacting the west and southwestern regions right now, but we're still getting in on a good dose of rain. Taking a look right now, seeing some heavier showers around Cascade and also south of Stanford. Heading on down towards Helena, though, this is where a lot of the activity is at. Looking at medium to heavy showers, also east of Townsend, south of White Sulphur Springs. So heads up, we are going to be looking at a kind of rainy next couple of hours. The Storm Prediction Center, they've issued a low chance for some severe weather for those around Lewistown, all thanks to any severe thunderstorms being able to produce damaging wind gusts as well as nickel-sized hail and frequent lightning. Temperatures 71 in Great Falls, 76 in Helena. The rain-cooled air is staying out towards Missoula right now at 58, with the warmer air in Jordan at 81 degrees. Now, coming up, we're going to talk about our first week of June weather, and we're expecting a warm and dry next few days, but we're going to talk about that in a little bit. For now, back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Grant. Also coming up, the wait is over. Business owners in West Yellowstone can breathe easier after the Montana gates to the park open up.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 5:30 news continues on Montana's News Leader.
Welcome back, people from across the country. We're coming to Gardner today as the gates of Yellowstone National Park opened this morning. MTN's Nick Petriccioni was there and tells us this day couldn't come soon enough for the local community.
After about 2 months, the gates here in Gardner to Yellowstone National Park have finally opened. This morning, there was a line of cars eagerly waiting to get inside, and that is big for local business owners who rely on that tourism to stay afloat.
This place, usually by now, we are bustling with people, and there's nobody. So we need customers. There is no local traffic here. We were looking at an entire season where we wouldn't have any business at all, and that definitely would hurt.
Businesses are eager to get the season started, like Chloe Chase, who just today opened Scoop There It Is. Here she is serving her first ever customers.
It's been really hard around here. We've had a pretty big hit, and it's going to be really great for our community to have people coming back and feeding into our economy.
Those tourists are already making their way into Gardner, like the Green family, who is visiting from Seattle. They have been waiting all spring to come to the park for opening day.
I came for the first time when I was his age, so it's so fun to be able to come back and show my kids.
Safe to say everyone in the town of Gardner and tourists are excited that the gates have finally opened. And the nice weather doesn't hurt either. In Gardner, Nick Petriccioni, MTN News.
Well, today's high got up to around 74 in Great Falls, record set back in 1977 at 94 degrees. Also the year that Star Wars: A New Hope came out. It was a great movie. Don't go away. I'll have a look at your full first week of June's weather coming up right after this break.
Thanks.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you have had a great start to our Monday. Even if we are looking at a few showers and thunderstorms out there, at least we are getting in on some wet weather to help us out, especially the farmers. Right now, currently looking at some showers down towards Cascade, making their way towards Great Falls. Also, really in and around Helena, too. Just look at this, wide covered showers. A few thunderstorms that are south of Lewistown making their way up to you all right here. And we're looking at we're going to be looking at the chance for some severe weather as we head into the next couple of hours. And this is all thanks to our atmosphere kind of being primed with a few ingredients needed for severe thunderstorms to develop. We are looking at the possibility for damaging wind gusts as well as up to nickel-sized hail, and frequent lightning will be the main threats for any severe thunderstorms that do develop in along this shaded darker green area. Really right in and south of Lewistown is where the best chance for severe weather is. And also we're looking at the chances for this, even though it is a low chance, really staying into the later afternoon hours, because once nighttime wanes on, we're going to be looking at losing a lot of the daytime heating. So, and also the thunderstorms will then become colliding with others, and they need to really have their own space. They like their own space, and they're not going to have that going into the later nighttime. We're going to be looking at temperatures right now, 72 degrees in Great Falls, 74 in Lewistown, 73 in Fort Benton, and 74 in Helena, all looking at clouds out and about. With temperatures, we're seeing 77 degrees right now in Havre, 78 in Malta, 79 in Glasgow. Head on down to, let's see, White Silver Springs, 64 degrees, and 66 in Choteau. Now, today's high did get up to around 77 in Helena, the record set back in 1977, and when it was 91 degrees. Also, again, the same year that Star Wars: A New Hope was put out. As we head into the next few months, June 1st marks the meteorological summer, the begin of it. We have already put out an outlook. We are looking at staying drier over the next 3 months. A 33% chance above average chance of staying drier, and a 40% chance of staying drier out towards the west. In terms of being warmer, we're going to be looking at a warmer next 3 months. 33% chance of warmer conditions for half of Montana towards the east, and a 40% chance of staying warmer, a better chance towards the west. So if you like warmer air, well, the good news is you're going to get it. As we head throughout the next several hours, we are going to be looking at showers making their way into around Lewistown by 6:30. Continuing throughout, we could be looking at a few stronger thunderstorms impacting areas of Helena, making their way towards Lewistown by 8 p.m. By 9:30 p.m., showers and thunderstorms start to really bunch together, making their way towards Lewistown and Glasgow. And as we head throughout the night, notice that we're going to be looking at really a trend of seeing less cloud cover. We're going to be looking at a clearing out stage as showers and thunderstorms exit out towards the east. High pressure will start to make its way down towards the south, allowing for us to really have a mostly sunny day. Tomorrow it will be beautiful, even if we will have to see a few windy spots in and around Helena. We should be looking at a beautiful day. So nice and sunny tomorrow, 76 degrees for Great Falls. We're going to be looking at a windy Wednesday, mix of sun and clouds on Thursday, showers and thunderstorms possible on Friday, becoming really likely on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to see a few storms possible in the evening, and then Monday, we're going to see dip in temperatures with a few thunderstorms possible. And for our friends in Helena, we're going to be looking at really the same situation, a little bit warmer than us on certain days, but scattered showers and thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. Tim?
Thanks, Grant. And coming up, back on track. It's time to start your engines at one of Montana's most popular speedways.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 530 News continues on Montana's news leader.
Well, the Electric City Speedway received approval from Cascade County to return to the track and will host the first races of the season in Great Falls later this month. It won't be business as usual for race fans, though. The grandstands will be limited to 300 socially distanced spectators, and pit row will be restricted to 52 cars. All ticket sales and race registration will move online to myracepass.com.
We'll have up to 300 fans in the stands. We will work to increase that over time as we prove that we can safely keep people distanced. And in the meantime, if fans aren't able to purchase tickets, we will be offering a pay-per-view option as well. To do it in comfort of your home and still enjoy racing at Electric City Speedway.
Speedway will host a drivers-only practice this Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. Then the first races of the season scheduled to start Saturday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Well, with more of the state opening up, our Tom Wiley and his co-anchor Cece decided to get out and about for this week's edition of Social Distancing Game Changers.
Hey everybody, welcome to Phase 2. You know, there's been a lot of negativity in the news this week, but in Game Changers, me and Cece focus on the positive. Let's count down our top 5 moments of the week. It's not Thanksgiving, but we're talking turkey. Bowling alleys around the state are allowed to reopen starting Monday. Only a matter of time till someone rolls the first perfect game while social distancing. At number 4, Special Olympics Montana athletes wrapped up the first leg of the virtual state games, putting their skills on display, and as always, they were brave in the attempt. And at number 3, the Salvation Army in Great Falls distributed 1,500 boxes of free produce Thursday afternoon at the Holiday Village Mall. The Farmers to Families event is scheduled to take place every week through October. At number 2, rodeo is back in Montana for the weekend. Sankey Pro Rodeo hosted a 2-day drive-in event in Joliet, Montana. No cash prizes were awarded, but over 100 cars lined the fence, and it certainly felt like like the NFR to those involved. And at number 1, the show must go on for Great Falls High, CMR, and Paris Gibson. Seniors from all 3 schools graduated over the weekend in front of socially distanced friends and families at the Montana Expo Parks. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Of course, you can send us your favorite video. Just send an email with that clip to homehighlights@krtv.com. Cece and I are thrilled to share them with you every week on Game Changers. Reporting from Gibson Park, Tom Wiley and Cece Wiley, MTN News.
Thanks, guys. We'll be back with a final check of weather after this.
Well, as we go throughout the day tomorrow, will be nice and sunny with temperatures 76 degrees, staying warm and mild through the next couple of days before showers and thunderstorms come back into play this weekend. And we're really looking at the same situation for our friends in Helena too, so heads up. Nice, beautiful day tomorrow, but have that umbrella for the weekend.
All right, that's good advice, and we'll see you back here tonight at 10.